Hey everybody, and welcome back. If this is your first time, this is Tattoo Collectables and I'm your host Eric. Today in the mail, we got a bevy of photographic collectibles. Now, I love getting these and I can't wait to share them with you. So, and let me remind you guys that if you're still watching these and you're still digging them, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I know it doesn't take you a second and it means the world to us. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, some of the stuff I've been showing you on this show is coming towards one of you collectors out there. One of you lucky collectors will be winning a box. Basically, a collection will show up at your door. So be sure and like and subscribe, and we'll get you in on that 1,000 subscriber drawing. It's gonna be a big one. You're gonna love it. So without further ado, let's go see what's in the mail.
What's in the mail?
Hey everybody. So this week on What's in the Mail, like introduction Eric said, there is a bunch of photographs in the mail this week. So I am gonna get the Domo fighting knife out and get it right to work. This first one is coming from Dixon, Illinois. And man, this one got here quick. You know, I ordered this one and within days it was on my doorstep. And I believe this is part one of a two-part that I'm gonna show you. And if it is, I'll open up that second part next. Yes, it is. So, in 1969, they took Ray Bradbury's book, The Illustrated Man. All right, so in 1969, Rod Steiger was in a movie called The Illustrated Man. Now, you know how I love pictures that are from the newspaper. So there, actually, let's flip that up. There it is. That is a terrific photo of Mr. Steiger with 5 different artists drawing on him, and this was in the paper. This is a news photo. So on the back of it, what they do is, I guess when you turned in a news story back in the day, you turn in the picture, you turn in the story on the back of it, and I guess it went into some kind of binder that the editor would look at. Now this is from, it doesn't say, Keystone? Somewhere in Keystone, 1080, 80, 30. I'm not sure, I'm not even sure what those numbers represent. But here's what it says. It says, introducing the Illustrated Man. Ron Steiger is being turned into an unparalleled work of art. Worked on by 5 artists, his body is literally covered with a maze of psychedelic tattoo designs. And they misspelled tattoo, which cracks me up. Thankfully for Steiger, the tattoo marks are not of the engraved kind and may wash off after he has finished his role in the new Hollywood film titled, appropriately enough, The Illustrated Man. And then it says, photo shows a mass of tattoo designs. Rod Steiger is worked on by 5 artists. So when I saw this picture, I was like, that's just awesome. That's a snapshot of history. And you could tell that none of these guys working on him were tattoo artists. None of it looks like tattoos of the time. It was, they look like they were taking a bunch of this off of Whiteland, honestly. But when I saw that, I thought, I don't have anything else with the Illustrated Man. So, I get back on eBay, and from, let's see where this is from. From New Franklin, Ohio. We're just gonna go to town on that one. From New Franklin, Ohio, I got these. These are called day bills. Now, used to when you went and saw a movie, but especially back in the 60s and 70s, you didn't get to see a bunch of trailers on television or anything like that. So the way they would advertise movies is they would have these up in the windows and have little scenes from the movie. This one says a lot of 6 different 11 by 14 French print, The Illustrated Man movie litho posters, 1969 Warner Brothers, from Montreal. And luckily they are still in English. but they did come from a French-speaking place. But I thought, if I'm gonna display this rod stock, because a few weeks ago I got an autographed picture of Robert Lusardo, and when I went to frame that up, I was like, I don't have anything else from Robert Lusardo. So it's a pretty lonely little picture hanging out there. So these beautiful things are actually little daybills from 1969, and it's stamped in it. What is it stamped? It says something Quebec. That's cool. But yeah, it's just a little boop, boop, little stamp in there. It's the only one that has that. Here's one, and this is probably the one that I will display. This is the one that's got the most tattoos visible on it. The movie was a trip. It was by Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury did a bunch of different stuff back in the day. But I just thought these were cool, and I thought, you know, that they would really go well with the little picture there. And there's a couple of oh, look at this. That's a beautiful one, and I've got two of those of him laying there with the tattoos all over him. Let's see, do I have three of those? Nope, just two of those. But I'll tell you this, you know what happens when I get two of something, right? That means one of these right here is going into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. This one I'm gonna give away. So hopefully you dug that one. I'll probably frame this one and the other one with the tattoo work, and then with this in the middle of them, and then the story underneath them. I think that'll make a beautiful display. And I'll get you better pictures of those, but some lucky person out there is gonna get one of those. And those are 52 years old now. They're from 1969, so some lucky watcher out there is gonna have one of those in their collection as well. So now the next, I'm getting ahead of myself now. You can see how excited I get. So now these, I believe the next two, yeah, both of these are from Historic Images. Now Historic Images is a business on eBay, and their name says it all. They deal in nothing but historic photographs. Usually they are from some sort of publication or newspaper. I just love that sound. All right. And so the way I look at it is, those are pictures, those are snapshots in time that you only get to see once. So that's what this is. This is a newspaper, and they always put them in real great packaging. Let's see. Oh, this is 3 of them. So the first one, oh man, these are gorgeous too. Usually when you get photos from the newspaper, they're not this nice. They're not like glossy and shit. These are all from 93. One's from 92, 2 are from 93. This one is marked Bob Back, Scott Herman, giving tattoo, July 1st, 1993, the tattoo spot in Branford. I'm not sure where Branford is. Let's see, it says, caption, tattoo artist Scott Herman of the tattoo spot in Branford adds some color to a tattoo on the arm of Bob Smith. What a great photo. And these are, this one's in color, which you don't see a bunch of the newspaper pictures in color. This one is, it looks like a Coleman style tattoo machine. When I bought it, I thought it was a Spalding sitting with a bunch of other stuff, but this one actually looks like a Coleman. That's a pretty nice piece there. All it's marked is Pat. So that's Pat's doing something there with them. But they've got, now this looks like an old school setup. If you notice, it's got a thing full of jelly right there, and then a cap sitting right there. And now in these two, you'll have your needle and your grit. So this is a setup is what this is. And this is from the Patriot News Company for publication only. That is, I'm not even sure what I'll put with that, but I love it. I think this is really nice, and it's from Long Island City, New York. Is where the bags came from. Anyway, that's a totally cool picture. Now let's see what this one is. This one is another one of a guy working. Let's see if it says who. It doesn't on here. Does it on here? Okay, it just says press photo, tattoo artist giving back tattoo. And somewhere out there, somebody knows who this is. He is wearing a 92 National Tattoo Convention t-shirt, and he's doing a pretty good looking dragon on the back there. Looks like he's, I'm not sure what kind of machine that is. I'm not sure. If anybody out there knows who this guy is, please comment down below. I would love to know who this is, and even if that's you getting tattooed, comment down below, let me know. I'd love to know who this artist is. I just put up a thing the other day. I've got a site that I'm on Facebook called Elders of Ink. Anytime you want to know anything from the old guys, put up a picture and they'll just tell you. That happened to me last week. I had a picture, a bunch of pictures that I didn't know who the people were in them. I put it up, and within an hour, somebody commented and said, "Oh, that's Joe Farrer." And I'm like, "Oh, right on." Alrighty, again, this is from Historic Images. Oh, am I gonna rip it? You almost saw me destroy one there. That came real close. I had the plastic in my hand, getting ready to go to town on it. All right, now these are three other ones from Historic Images. And I love old newspaper photos. Oh, man. So this first one is of animal markers being used on animals, and I think that the top one looks like a Spalding. Actually, I think those are both Spalding animal markers, and they're marking up animals. One of them looks like they're tattooing a dog. The other one looks like a frog. That's hilarious. Those are from 1972. So chances are those are Spalding and Rogers animal markers there. This next one, let's see, it's got a little story on it. It says, Advance for Son, April 26th, for use with Tattoo Convention by Sandra Gardner. Syracuse, New York, April 1992. Tattoo Convention 424. Visitors to the New York Convention of the National Tattoo Association. So these are people who came to the National Tattoo Association and got in the newspaper that day for it. They didn't put any names on there. I wish they had. She's got just a great looking piece on her arm there. Look at that. You can see that real good. Look at that. That's a capsule of time right there. And let's see, this one, it says, Chris Kilborn of Spokane, Washington, took an award for her theme of Danish mythology at the Tattoo Tour USA Convention in San Diego. This annual event is a tribal gathering of hundreds of people. That is too neat. And this one is from 1993. And it doesn't look like they're finished on the back. But these are all from a tattoo contest. And these three young ladies got in the paper that day. That's so awesome. And again, like, I like the old photos because this is it. This is the only one of these that exists. This is the one that was taken by the photographer, turned in to the editor. Yeah, I just love them. Historic Images on eBay. That's where I get all those from. And that is what we had in the photographic episode today. Hopefully you liked what's in the mail. Now, thanks for what's in the mail, Eric. So, the rest of what I got for you today is part 2 of the show and tell from our Bidwell, Ohio trip. So check this out. I think you're gonna dig this. This is the, what is this, S&W?
No. This
No,
is
it's Spalding Rogers,
This
isn't
is an animal marker exhibit. So we've got Jensen here, Maskowitz Brothers, and then we also, this is one of my faves, is Huck Spalding bought Jensen out. Bought all that stuff out. So here is a Jensen animal marker sold through Spalding and Rogers with the shipping box.
Wow.
Yeah. See the little sticker on it? Spalding
Oh, yeah.
and Rogers. Yep.
That's amazing. And yet that's in brand new condition too. That's never
Yeah,
been
I don't
used.
think anybody ever used it. That was an eBay score years ago.
Stencil powder. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's just pigments in there. The
yeah,
reds.
This is all stuff from the Shifley shop as well. Everything in this case.
Now, do you ever mix and use any of the pigments?
I haven't. I visited the Peace family and we mixed up some old red.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think Nate's got some old Sailor Jerry that he uses. Is that that Walker? Is that a Spalding? It doesn't look like a Spalding.
Yeah, that's a Spalding.
Is it in the back?
Oh, the one in the back?
Yeah.
No, that's a carved up Jonesy.
Oh yeah, I'm talking the Supreme over here.
Oh, the Supreme? Yeah. Yeah, that's an early one. Shifley owned.
No kidding.
Yep.
Yes,
I still think of those as Supremes, so you gotta.
Right. Yep.
And then there's one of his frame blanks down there laying to the left of that converted battery charger.
And then those are all his stencils.
Mm-hmm. And tubes, everything in that case.
Mm.
The one there with the sparkly coils on it. This one right there. That was my third machine.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So this is your personal.
Nah, just some stuff that I don't use anymore ends up in here. But that one was one of my personal machines.
That is awesome.
So.
Couple Dennis Dwyers in there and a Vonco.
Yeah.
I just got. Did you see the episode where I got the spiderweb machine?
No.
Unimax. Had 4 of them left.
And you bought one of them?
Uh-huh.
There's a spiderweb machine.
Yep.
That I bought at Unimax.
That's funny.
Actually, no, take that back. I probably bought that from Spider at one of the New York shows. So.
There's a ton of history in this case here.
Yeah, and there's a Nolan machine, like an early one. Back here.
Oh, a Don Nolan?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Colonel Todd.
Yeah. Early. This is the Malibu Iron, Spalding and Rogers. Al Shifley owned. That Supreme, Paul Shifley owned, or Al Shifley owned.
Now
Paul Rogers Bulldog.
Oh, no kidding.
One of Jerry's frames that Paul built.
Have you ran that one?
Years ago.
How does it run?
It doesn't have the original coils on it, so it's been molested.
I've always wondered how his original, because I've seen a couple for sale, not many, but a couple. Now the Colonel Todd back there, I saw he used to engrave the sides with Colonel Todd on them, but I guess he didn't do them to all of them.
Not to all of them.
So what's the main difference between like one of the old original ones and one of the newer ones that you would see? Because I know Catfish Carl still produces them.
Catfish Carl still makes them with 1-inch coils, and I think Larry Mora makes them with 1-inch coils too.
Now I've got one of the Catfish Carls.
I believe those are standard height coils. It looks like it to me. And I don't even remember where I got that. I've had it for 20 some years,
right?
Probably. So These are kind of weird, and these are Ohio machines. Have you ever seen one of these pig's ears?
I was just about to ask you about those. Those are bizarre looking.
They are, and they function really well. Rerun, who was a tattooer here in Ohio for many, many years. I got a good friend that apprenticed with him, and his sidekick was Brian Carney. If you watch Stoney Knows How, and he says, "Hey Brian, put a bandage on that," that's Brian Carney. But anyway, the two of them, would make these machines.
So,
yeah, it runs off a micro switch. So you adjust the stroke with that little nylon screw. The gold one back here, the one with the gold coils, dual coil one back there, I bought that from Rerun in whatever year the New York City book signing was in Philadelphia at Eddie's show. And that machine on 3 volts, you can't stop that A-bar. I've tattooed with it a few times just to check it out. I mean, I buy things for collecting value.
Right. So it's a hammer.
It's impressive, They're neat little machines, and for somebody to come up with something that's actually different and they act and work with them. We were next door to Rerun and Carney at a Dayton convention, and that's what he was working with, was these machines that he made. So it's been cool. And more of them. This one was a gift. Buddy Wheeler gave that to me. And then this one walked into the shop and I gave some kid that ended up with it $50 for it or something. This one came off of eBay. It was a Canadian guy that had no idea what it was. So,
that's the best deals you can get.
Well, I paid real money for it, but I knew what it was, and it's been fun because they've made their way around the world, and there's a couple times where people were trying to figure out what they are, and I can tell them. So
that's awesome.
And I recently finally found my card because he called them a sow's ear, and he had business cards. Sow's ear.
That is so cool.
It kind of resembles a sow's ear.
Right.
But anyway, so that's those. I still think it's like, as far as clever goes, I wonder if Lyle ended up with one of those. That should have been in the show.
I didn't see one in the collection. Yeah, this is the first I'm seeing of one of those.
I've never thought to mention it. Oh, let's see.
I bet he'd have gotten a kick out of it.
I'm sure he was aware of them. These are Tony the Pirate.
Where was he from?
Jersey, I think. Best red on the planet. At one time.
No kidding.
Yeah, I had a little bit of it, and it was awesome. Oh, let's see. Time Machine number 134.
Oh, yeah.
Bernie Carafa here, he made that for me, I think in maybe 02.
With the one that almost resembles a Colonel Todd?
No, this one with the buffalo nickels on it.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Those are the frames that he found that he and Paul were going to do together before Paul's death, and he found a whole bucket full of those frames and was milling, drilling, and putting them together.
Now, those coastals bring back nightmare memories for me. That was one of my first shaders. And that's how I got what we call the money bump. That's how I got my money bump first. Oh, yeah. It weighed the same as a newborn baby.
Yeah.
So now, what are these back here? Is that a Cindy Ray?
No, Le Crayon, some kind of rig from France, I think. And then these back here, American Tattoo Supply with some outfit on Long Island. I think those guys weren't tattooers; they were like machinist guys. They made really nice tubes and stuff, as I recall. And then that J Frames, Dave Hill.
And then that's a Dwyer Mudflap Girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. George Keeler gave that to me.
And then the square coil. That's interesting looking.
That's a clear coat that's kind of the same kind of, I think it runs on alternating current. If I'm right. Similar to a Cindy Ray machine.
Oh, and that's an old Puma, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the.
Some of my old tubes when I started.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've still got all of mine, just in case.
I
just
still
in
tell
case.
people, it's like, when I started in this, 5/8 grips were the big ones. You know? It's like, can't you make a pen with a 5/8 grip?
You're no kidding. Oh. Well, this enormous machine here. Now, you say that was built by Leon Miller?
Leon Miller, yeah.
Crazy. And what is that, aluminum?
No, I think this is steel.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, it's heavy. And maybe we can get it.
Oh my God!
It's been giving me a hard time. They specialize in big dots.
Looks like a knitting needle on the front of that thing. Oh, that is awesome. That is super cool, though. How many did he make of those big ones?
I think he made 4 or 5, but only 3 were completed. That's from Wish.
Now, this is all modern, more modern, isn't it? Over here, anyway.
This is kind of the English corner. So, yeah, there's some stuff that's modern.
Some little Mickey Sharp stuff.
There's some older stuff here, like there's a Hartley machine here. That would probably be from the 20s, 1920s.
Oh, wow.
Davis Supply there with the hot water bottle hose as the grip and stuff.
Now, is that what that's from? The white on there? That's a hot water bottle hose?
Or a douchebag hose.
Oh, shit.
Like the pink ones you see over here, yeah, that's douchebag hose. Or at least that's what I understand it to be. There's an Ian Frost rotary that he gifted me the same time he gave me those sheets.
Well, what year do you think that's from?
This is probably from the 70s.
The rotary?
Yeah. 70s or 80s. He was making more delicate, smaller, more compact ones. He had always made his own machines. And he would buff his tubes out, like polish them in the washout so that when you'd hit it with the cup and then
come right out.
Fall out of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
I wish they still produced them like that.
There's a Dave Diamond machine. That's kind of cool.
Super thin on the tube vise on that.
Yeah. And adds that weird second spring. This was the inspiration behind our double contact.
Huh.
Which ended up being a misguided approach. But, what can you do? Let's see.
You live and learn.
That's a Tony Bennett machine there. So some of that stuff's older, and then over here it's just kind of like the English corner. There's a whole bunch of Lionel Titchener stuff. I really like Lionel's machines. Neat things.
From what I hear, they run really well. Now, are those Leon Miller little ones in the back?
No, those are Ron Acker's minis.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Those look really well built for as small as they are. And I guarantee you they run too, don't they?
They run, but they're not strong enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Like the novelty.
I've got one of the minis. I'm not sure who made it though. I think it's one of the knockoff moderns.
A couple Stevie Willett machines, probably the parts made in the same place where Ron Ackers was getting his stuff made.
Now, is that a Titchener with the spade on the front?
Which one here?
Yeah.
That is a Titchener, but it was made for Fat Joe at Jade Dragon.
I was going to say, I've got a Fat Joe machine that looks exactly like that.
Yeah. They were all made by Titchener. I was at that auction. I tried the machines weren't bringing any money, so they went like this and stopped all, because it was a choice. You could buy as much in the...
Oh, yeah.
If they had 20 of them, you could bid and then go, I want them all. So there was a couple trays that had Titchener stuff on it, and I'm pretty sure I was the only one in the room that knew what the stuff was. So I bought all the Wasps and all the frameless ones, the ones that are similar to this. This one's one that Lionel made for us. Bickney early on, he made, I think we probably did about 30 of them with our slider tube vise.
That's
he made
awesome.
For us.
Okay, so As I said before, Rich T has a plethora of stuff to show, and you saw a little bit of it last time. You'll see a little bit of it this time. Now, next time we'll finish that up, and then we'll move on to the rest of the trip that we took. Until we see each other again, I want y'all to stay safe, and I want y'all to be nice to each other. And I want you all to, for God's sakes, keep on collecting. Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button down below and check out these videos. We worked real hard on these too, and I think if you enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy those too.